Hey guys, welcome to JPT. I'm Carson G, and this is Just Plain Tech. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. In today's video, we're talking about the Raspberry Pi, an incredibly cheap computer with a quad-core 64-bit ARM CPU and up to 8 gigabytes of RAM. Due to its flexibility, it can be used for just about, any purpose, including a home desktop computer. For home use, Raspberry Pi OS, which is based off Debian, is often regarded as the best optimized and provides the best performance and stability, but it only ships with one desktop environment option, which is Pixel. And there are other Pi distros that have different options for desktop environments such as KDE and XFCE, but they don't run on the same package base and they don't have the same repositories, and they're just not nearly as well optimized for the Raspberry Pi as Raspberry Pi OS is. So if you want a different desktop environment, you're sacrificing a lot of valuable performance. Not very many people really want to do that. But also the Pixel desktop environment, which is the desktop environment Raspberry Pi OS comes with, while it's very optimized and designed specifically for the Raspberry Pi, it doesn't fit everybody. People who don't want to use Pixel have often had a hard time getting something else to run optimally on their Raspberry Pi. Until now, I have created a Linux distribution called Raspberry Fli, FLI, which is based on Raspberry Pi OS, but uses different desktop environments. And I do this by taking Raspberry Pi OS Lite, installing a desktop environment on it, configuring it and tweaking it to make it run as optimally as possible on the Raspberry Pi, while also keeping it as vanilla as I possibly can. Another score, since the distro is based off Raspberry Pi OS, users don't lose the valuable tools like RasPi config and the Raspberry Pi graphical package manager that a lot of other systems lack. It even includes a welcome slideshow, which will introduce the user to the system and guide them to doing simple first run Raspberry Pi tasks, such as creating a user, setting the audio interface, and setting up Wi-Fi, stuff like that, that Raspberry Pi OS should show you how to do, but it doesn't. Right now, there are currently 2 releases as of the making of this video, each with the Mate desktop environment. Due to the problems and the slow, rocky transition to Bullseye, I've decided to make Legacy and Bullseye editions of the releases. So right now there's Mate Legacy, which is based on Raspberry Pi OS Buster, and there's 1.0 Apple Pi Edition, which is what I decided to codename it. I mean, you make a distro, you gotta have a little fun, put some code names in there. And it's based on Raspberry Pi OS Bullseye. So whatever your preference is, there's going to be one for you. And right now, I only have Mate out. There's definitely going to be more on the way, so definitely be sure to stick around so you can see that. Feel free to download it and try it yourself. The link is in the description, and let me know what you think. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time.